So I'm just out here in the riverbed, lovely frosty morning, late autumn, and there's heaps of food, edible stuff here. So this is the first surprising thing I've seen is, so this is an evening primrose plant. So in the winter usually you just find the rosette and there's an edible root underneath. The leaves are perfectly edible. This one's actually got some very late flowers. Perfectly edible, with decorate a salad. That whole thing's edible. Evening primrose. I'll have one of the flowers. It's crispy in this frosty weather. Very mild, pleasant flavour. So there's heaps of things here. It's more evening primrose. This is plantain. Narrow leaf plantain. Evening primrose. Look at that. Narrow leaf plantain. There's a salad for you. And an edible root underneath. There's another evening primrose. Let's see what else is here. Evening primrose and dock. Evening primrose and plantain. Plantain, evening primrose. That's all edible. Good food. Right, so here's a little bittercress plant. It's very small. I shouldn't really be eating it, but this is wonderful. This is one of them wild mustard. It's got that beautiful peppery, spicy, mustardy. These ones are quite potent. And it's got that compound sulphoraphane, which is highly regarded for its health benefits. So, oh, there's even some mullein, some little baby mullein, which I use all the time now in my teas. More evening primrose. Oh, that's a bittercress. So this is, they do grow to a reasonable size. Possibly even a bit more peppery than watercress. Just as good. Wonderful food. So here is a little mullein plant. So I love these. I just take some of these middle-sized leaves, clean leaves, take them home, dry them out, pop them in my teapot. Very medicinal. Oh, so here's some. That's evening primrose. That's the seed head. So if I shook that, you'll get all sorts of wee black seeds coming out. Look at that. Wee brown seeds actually. The ones at home look more black. So I've just started eating those, so I'll update it when I confirm that they work fine for me. They actually produce heaps of seed. So yeah, that's the adult evening primrose going to seed. Here's a Californian poppy. I have eaten the flowers before. I think they've got a little bit of wacky or something in them. So I wouldn't recommend eating much of them, but they are edible. Unusual flavour. Here's another little edible plant to start in the same area. This is sheep sorrel. So I've stopped eating the sorrels. Nice bitterness, but they've got oxalic acid in them, which is not so particularly good for you, your joints and stuff. So edible, but only if you really had to, in my case. And here's some yarrow and flower. It's more of a medicinal herb than a culinary one. think it might have been called nosebleed. Got quite a strong flavour. So I've eaten the little young leaves in a salad. Have decorated with the flowers. Interesting flavour. Yarrow, very famous, very ancient. Pretty sure it's got something to do with bleeding, sword fights and stuff. And I've even seen some other watercress here. It's more sort of stagnant water at the moment, so yeah, I wouldn't eat that with all the slime and roots up high. But if you were hungry and stuck out here, you could certainly have a feed of that. It actually looks like, yeah, that's fennel. Lovely sweet aniseedy flavour. Sheep sorrel, plantain, evening primrose, evening primrose, evening primrose, evening primrose, bittercress, evening primrose, fennel. Another little baby mullein plant. Too small to use the sleeves, they'll get quite large. Nice and fluffy. Yeah, it might be brilliant for your lungs, your airways. Right, so here's a lovely patch of lovely fresh healthy watercress. So we're just on the edge of a river here, a riverbed, and this is just a little side stream. So we got some nice flow, clear water, stony bottom, very fresh healthy looking watercress. No dirt or slime associated with it. So that's wonderful stuff. Oh, that's sulphoraphane compound. The Cruciferae family. Tremendous food. So it's good to know there's a patch like that there. Anytime I'm down this way, I'll pop in, grab a bunch to bring home. Can't do much better than watercress. There's a sizable parsnip. So you can see the big leaves, very distinctive leaves. So down in there, there'll be a good sort of supermarket sized parsnip. So I'm just going to dig up this parsnip for a big soup for supper. Oops. Should be a good one. I didn't get all of it, but there's enough there for a good big soup. I'll take a couple of these younger leaves. I'll go down to the river and clean this up. There we go. Lovely, fresh, free range, organic, wild, cost-free parsnip. It's got that beautiful sort of sweet parsnip smell. So that'll be in tonight's soup. Brilliant. So I'm just about to enjoy a big winter broth. This time it's not cow eye, it's some lamb, all the fatty bits and gristly bits and bone and stuff in there. Just simmering away, and I'm gonna just making me pot of tea for tomorrow. So it's got all sorts of herbs in there and stingy nettles. So I've been out around the garden, got a few nice stingy nettles, and they're going in there. Oops. They've got reportedly wonderful health properties. You can eat the very top tender tops of little young ones or even older ones. Just the top sort of 4 leaves, raw, and raw in a salad. They get a sort of pea pod flavour. And as soon as you put a bit of heat on them, the sting goes. There's also dandelion tops in there and about 6 or 7 herbs from the garden. And lots of watercress from down by the river there in tonight's soup salads. This is the under soup garnish. It works for me. It's all the raw stuff, tender stuff that I don't want to cook, and then the soup will go in on top of it. It'll be a lovely big broth, big hearty winter broth with lots of good stuff in there. So hopefully all good healthy stuff. You don't know until you're well, you don't know you don't know until you're dead. So this is also blackboy peach, quince, elderberry, plums, Montmorency cherries. Some locals they have some of their tart cherries. So this wine's got some of that good ingredient in it. So here's to good health and long life. Sláinte mhaith.